Artificial intelligence is evolving faster than anything we've seen in the last century, revolutionizing industries, transforming economies, and rewriting the future. But in the United States, a new controversy is erupting that could determine who controls that future. Is it the innovators in Silicon Valley? Or the lawmakers on Capitol Hill? In this episode, we dive into the escalating debate over AI regulation in America, what's at stake, who's fighting, and what it could mean for your privacy, your job, and even democracy itself. In early 2025, the U.S. Senate introduced a sweeping provision within the National Innovation Security Act. Hidden deep inside the 900-page bill was a clause proposing a 10-year moratorium on state-level AI regulation. In simple terms, it meant only the federal government could regulate artificial intelligence. The backlash was immediate. Lawmakers from California, New York, and Massachusetts, states leading in tech, argued that the clause stripped local governments of power, giving corporations a free pass to operate without accountability. Tech experts, privacy activists, and even some industry insiders joined the protest, warning of the dangers of consolidating regulatory power. At the center of this storm is a core question: how do we regulate AI without killing innovation or enabling abuse? On one side, tech giants like OpenAI, Google, Meta, and Microsoft support federal-level oversight, arguing that a uniform national standard is necessary to avoid a confusing patchwork of 50 different state laws. They claim this would protect American innovation in a global arms race against China and Europe. On the other side, civil rights groups, local governments, and academic researchers fear this will lead to corporate capture, where tech lobbyists shape federal laws to benefit themselves. States like California argue they've led AI safety and privacy legislation, and a ban on state laws would muzzle innovation in governance, not just technology. We cannot afford to hand over AI regulation to Washington insiders backed by big tech. The stakes are too high. AI is no longer just a chatbot or a productivity tool. It's being used in law enforcement, facial recognition and predictive policing, healthcare, diagnostics and decision systems, hiring, automated screening of job applicants, finance, algorithmic lending, military systems, targeting drones and battlefield intel. The wrong regulation, or lack of it, could lead to bias and discrimination embedded in algorithms, job displacement without support, data privacy violations, widespread misinformation via AI-generated deepfakes. In short, AI regulation isn't just about rules, it's about protecting human rights, economic stability, and democracy itself. Narrator: the wrong regulation, or lack of it, could lead to bias and discrimination embedded in algorithms, job displacement without support, data privacy violations, widespread misinformation via AI-generated deepfakes. In short, AI regulation isn't just about rules, it's about protecting human rights, economic stability, and democracy itself. President Biden has expressed cautious support for national AI regulation but stopped short of endorsing a moratorium on state laws. Meanwhile, former President Trump, now a 2025 presidential contender, has called AI the next battlefield of freedom, arguing that overregulation will kill America's edge. Elon Musk, in typical fashion, tweeted, "Decentralized innovation equals freedom. Federal chokehold equals failure." The Senate ultimately removed the moratorium clause after massive public and bipartisan backlash. But the damage was done. The AI regulation debate is now front and center in 2025's political landscape. With the moratorium off the table, states are moving fast. California is drafting new AI safety standards, including bias audits and transparency rules. New York is pushing legislation that limits use of AI in law enforcement. Texas is exploring pro-innovation frameworks to attract AI firms. Meanwhile, Congress is forming a new bipartisan AI commission to create federal standards that don't block state innovation. Experts say the US is at a crossroads. Either it leads the world in ethical, responsible AI development, or becomes a cautionary tale. AI may be the defining force of the 21st century. But who defines AI in America? That battle is just beginning. What do you think? Should AI be regulated federally or locally? Drop your opinion in the comments. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into tech, power, and politics. This is Luxe Legends Media, where knowledge is luxury.